If you have student loans, listen up because everything just changed and is already affecting millions of borrowers. Loan repayment plans are on hold, forgiveness timelines are being delayed, and millions of borrowers are now stuck in limbo. Let me break it down fast so you know what you should do next. So the SAVE plan was blocked. A federal court blocked the SAVE plan, Biden's income-driven repayment plan, after a lawsuit from Republican-led states. Due to the SAVE injunction, all processing for IDR applications have been frozen. This includes IBR, ICR, and Pay. They're all on hold. That means no applications can be processed online or by mail. Student loan forgiveness is uncertain. The courts question whether student loans will be forgiven after 20 to 25 years. This challenges decades of policy. IDR processing was also suspended. Even borrowers that are already enrolled in IDR are impacted. If you were expecting a recertification, that's also on hold. So what does this mean for you and what should you do now? 1, if you were on the SAVE plan, check your repayment options. You can use the loan simulator. I'll put the link in my bio. 2, if you are planning to submit for an IDR plan, applications are currently halted, but stay ready for updates. 3, if you were planning for IDR forgiveness, prepare for delays, but keep checking with your loan servicer. 4, if you are working towards PLSF, that is not impacted, so keep making those qualifying payments. Listen, the Department of Education has given zero guidance on this. We don't know when IDR applications and processing will resume. It could be 90 days, it could be longer. The bottom line is stay informed because these changes are happening fast and they are not in the borrower's favor.
So what I'm gonna say to that is stop banking on the government to save your ass. Stop. Because it's not fair to the rest of us. We all have to pay off our loans that are on student loans. We got to pay off our car loans, house loans, mortgages, rent. We all have to pay that. But when it comes to your student loans, you took that out. So you should not be banking on the government, well, us, the taxpayer, to pay off your loan. You the one that got that education. You the one that bought into the dream that said, oh, you're going to have this fantastic life after you go to college and graduate and get this nice high paying job and you make $1 million more than anyone else who doesn't have a college degree. Well, I don't know if you've been living under a rock, but that's complete BS because the vast majority of y'all who went to college are working in jobs right now that didn't even require you to go to college. By the way, the public student loan forgiveness program has been around since 2007. It was started by George Bush. Do you know how many people, well, the percent of people who actually got the loans forgiven on that program? Less than 10%. And as a matter of fact, it's actually less than 3% for federally borrowed money for the student loans. But let's continue.
Try really hard not to crash out on weeknights, but this has made a permanent lump in my throat. I've officially been impacted by Trump's presidency today. Guess what happened? My student loan payment has been on an income-driven repayment plan, meaning that based on my income, they've decided what payment I can afford, and I agree with it. And then today I logged in for recertification, and they told me that my payment is actually going to be $950 more. It's not even a joke.
Ouch.
Each month. Because the income-driven repayment plans are blocked and everybody's going on standardized repayment. I called my loan servicer and I was like, hey, that's not going to work. And he was like, yeah, actually every other call I've taken today has been people saying the same thing. And we're just encouraging folks to go into deferment. I was like, okay, well, that's what we're doing.
Hey, that's a you problem. That's definitely a you problem because you had how many years of non accruing interest on your loans to pay them off? Since 2020. The program just started again in the 2024 September. You had all that time to pay off your loans with the government money. But instead, what you guys did, since I was working in FedEx at the time of the pandemic, I saw exactly what you guys spent your money on. Y'all blew your money on Nike, the trips, Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing. I don't know what the hell that is. Adidas, Jordans, all this other nonsense that you didn't need because your ass couldn't go anywhere. But instead, you wanted to go buy this stuff instead of paying off your student loan. So now you're stuck with it. And now they want you to pay what this lady said, $950 more than what her payment would have been. Yeah, it's a shame. But I don't feel bad for none of y'all because y'all had the chance. Y'all had the opportunity to pay these loans off when it was interest free. But no.
8 million Americans just woke up with a tanked credit score
And
because of
now y'all
student
feeling the
loans.
effects
If
of
you
it.
have a student loan, you might want to check. Even if you think it was forgiven, there are errors now being reported to the credit bureaus that you still owe the debt. But you really don't. They're just mistakes. This is why it's so important that you have a real credit monitoring system set up, not Credit Karma, something that actually shows you the details. Because right now, there are people whose credit scores just tanked. And especially if you're trying to buy a house right now and you're under contract, you might want to go check your credit report. So if you are one of those people, first you want to go to your studentloan.gov, figure it out. There are solutions. There's, repayment plans you can get into. Mistakes can be fixed on a credit report. It does take some time. You write letters and all of that. But this is just a, FYI. If you have seen your credit score drop and you have student loans, that's probably why.
But I'm confused as to why you guys care so much about your credit because along with getting student loans, after that, y'all went out and got the car, y'all got the house. You basically used what your credit was for anyway. So why do y'all care about your credit now? And this is why Americans are so freaking poor right now because y'all do things backwards. Y'all take out a student loan, y'all graduate and say, let me go get the car, go get the house. Then I'll have to worry about the student loans. It's not even Trump. It's really not even Trump. Trump didn't do this. Biden did this. Made this stuff go onto your credit report. It wasn't reporting while it was on forgiveness, while it was on deferment, or you didn't have to make a payment. But now that it's 90 days past due since September, now it's going on your credit report and tanking your credit scores.
Oh, y'all thought Trump was coming to play with y'all.
It wasn't
Even the
Trump.
folks like, oh, well, I'm good. I ain't got to worry about nothing. Check your credit score. People who got student loans, check your credit score. You see what they did, right? They sent out one statement that says student loans, it's time to repay. They didn't send out no more statements. Then they start dropping everybody's credit score because we already know. If you're poor, you're not worried about it. If you're middle class, we already know credit score is everything. People are losing their minds. People going from 800 to 550. With no credit power, you can't do nothing. You can't buy a house, can't buy a car, can't get no credit card. He knew what he was doing. Check your credit score, everybody.
Well, that crap is completely untrue because you can definitely buy a car and a house with cash. I bought my 3 cars with cash, so I know that's BS. But, most of y'all are so dependent on credit that y'all don't know how to function without it.
He's fucking with the middle class now. Check your credit score.
It's not him.
Mine was tempered with a little bit, but I already know. I know how to fix mine, so I ain't really worried about it. They gonna have a hee ha ha for 30 days, but I got their ass after that. Watch and see. But yeah, that's fucked up. I just got the phone with my homegirl. She said hers went down 200 points. 200 points for a student loan. Yeah, they hijacked the IRS. They hijacked the educational building, and you know what they did. Check your credit score.
Well, y'all are finally feeling the effects of not paying your student loans. Well, because that's like pretty much the only thing that could happen to you because they can't take your education away. They can't take your degree away. But like I said, like the rest of us, you don't pay your mortgage or your car payment, they take that away. So I guess we're even now. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see y'all next time.